talk about Bradley Beal. Since we're here in D.C., we might as well talk about Brad because the rumors are that Michael Winger, who is the general manager for the Washington Wizards, has gotten the okay to rebuild, which I think is smart because the Wizards are going nowhere. They're going
New York
nowhere.
Knicks fan. Of course they're not going
They're
anywhere.
going nowhere. All right? They're stuck in the mud. Of course, for them to rebuild, they got to start with Bradley Beal. Man, got to start with Brad. You got to move Brad.
But do you get rid of Brad and try to rebuild, or do you keep Brad and build around him?
Man, Brad is going to be 30 years old. You got 4 years left before he starts hit the downside of his prime.
Who knows? He might go back to his 2019 to 2021
Right.
seasons where he's scoring 30-plus points a game.
Right. I mean, he could score 30 a game, but look, in a couple of years, Brad is going to be going down the hill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And his contract, if you're trying to rebuild, he's got a monstrous contract. A monster of a contract.
Yes.
Okay? Bradley Beal, in 2023, 2024, he's going to make $46.7 million. In 24-25, he's going to make $50.2 million. In 25-26, he's going to make $53.6 million. And then in 26-27, he's going to make, well, he has a player option for $57 million.
Just give me that for all 4 of those seasons. Just give me 57 million for all 4.
I'll take $1 million for all 4.
Well, I would too.
All right. But not only that, there's a no-trade clause in his contract. So the Wizards, I mean, they're basically at the mercy of Bradley Beal. So any deal, any package that the Wizards put together, Bradley Beal can look at it, and if he doesn't like it, decide, I'm not going to waive my no-trade clause. So no, you're not going to trade me to that team, or you're not going to trade me for those players. So he basically can dictate where he goes and what players are on that team, so he can ensure that he's going to a competitive team.
Yeah. I think it might end up being a multi-team trade.
That could happen.
Just to fit that.
That could happen, just to make it work. Right.
Yeah.
That could happen. Because his contract is just over $200 million over the next 4 years. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I like Brad, the person that he is and all of that. There's only a few players in the league that I think deserve that type of a contract, and I'm not sure Bradley Beal is one of those guys.
I'm trying to figure. I don't even remember them giving him that huge contract like that. Like, he's so quiet. He flies under the radar.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Great person, great character. You know, listen, I'm not mad at him for making that money.
No.
Great job by Brad and his agent. Great job by Brad and his agent. That's what you're supposed to do.
Definitely get a round of applause because, God,
No doubt
I need
about
that
it.
agent.
Seriously. Seriously.
Yeah.
Need to find out who that is so we can go to, Southern Maryland Christian Academy and say, what's up? you know?
Oh,
Anyway, which teams, man, do you think, where does Brad fit the best? Because I would like to see Brad at least compete for a championship. Since he's been with the Wizards, I don't think they've been out of the second round.
No, I
You know what I mean?
don't think so.
So where can he go to compete for a championship?
I mean, I guess the obvious one, which all the rumors have been Miami.
Miami. I think
So-
that'd be a good spot.
Be a good spot. They're not super guard heavy,
Right.
like you said. Butler can play the 3,
And facilitate.
and facilitate. Bill, he's a pretty good facilitator as well. He
Right.
can probably play the guard a little bit, along with Hero and stuff. So I think it'll be a good fit.
I think it would be a nice fit there in Miami for Bradley Beal. You know, I know they have Tyler Hero. Gabe Vincent and those guys did their job during the playoffs, but they're not Bradley Beal.
No, no.
You know what I'm saying? And when you look at the NBA Finals, they struggled to score. Miami, they struggled to score. You're bringing a Bradley Beal to pair with Tyler Hero, or not pair with him, to put with Tyler Hero and Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo.
Oh, you got 3 to 4
You got
bona fide scores on the
you
floor.
got something going on there. But how do they get that done, Miami? I don't know what their contract situation or their salary cap situation looks like. So I don't know how they get that done. But I believe that would be Bradley Beal's first choice.
Yeah. But
I think they would be the top of his list.
If it's just Miami and the Wizards in those discussions for that, one of those stars are gone. Probably not Butler, probably not Hero. It might be
I don't know. It might be Hero.
yeah,
He's a little bit younger. But hey, they made it to the finals without Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
Tyler Hero was hurt the entire playoffs. The Miami Heat made it to the finals. Why wouldn't you trade him for Bradley Beal?
Yeah.
Put him in that trade. You know what I'm saying? Put him in that trade.
What about your Knicks?
I'm going to tell you, me personally, I wanted Bradley Beal a couple of years ago. He was on a much more reasonable contract. I thought he would fit what the Knicks were doing at the time and give them a player to build around or with.
Right.
Now, you got Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett. Bradley Beal would fit there perfectly.
I think he would fit there perfectly.
He would fit really, really nice next to Jalen Brunson. Man, that contract. I mean, the bottom line is for the Knicks, they're not a contender as currently constructed. If you bring in Bradley Beal and you're able to keep R.J., Randall, and Brunson, they're not trading Brunson. No. So you're able to keep R.J. and Randall, you basically told the world, we're going for it. We're going for it.
Yeah.
And you only got a couple of years to get it done now. You know what I'm saying? So, that timeline gets moved up really, really quick. I'm not a fan of the contract, especially with the new CBA and all of that stuff coming down the pike on July 1st. Me, as a Knicks fan, I think Zach LaVine is also in the conversation for the Knicks. I know the Knicks are interested in Bradley Beal. I would probably look towards Zach LaVine because his contract he doesn't have a no trade clause and it's cheaper.
Oh yeah, by far, a long shot.
So I would probably go towards Zach LaVine, but I wouldn't be mad if the Knicks ended up with Bradley Beal. I don't know if it's the best spot for Brad. I don't know how he feels about the Knicks.
Yeah, I guess we're going to find out pretty soon.
I do know that Brad, like we talked about earlier, likes to be rooted, wants to be rooted in D.C. His kids are being raised here. His wife is here in D.C. If he plays for the Knicks, he's an hour away by flight.
Yeah.
Easy for him to get back and forth.
By car, what's that, like 4 hours?
4 hours. Not bad for him to get back and forth and do the family things that he wants to do. So, that could be a spot. Philadelphia.
Philly. Yeah.
I think that's if James Harden flies the coop, which I think is.
I'm pretty sure he's gone.
Yeah, I think there's a chance that he's going to be gone. That could be a nice fit there for Bradley Beal.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I think he takes the role. He takes over Harden's spot.
Yep.
And I think he fits in that spot better than Harden was.
Yeah.
Really, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. And then, I think Bradley Beal is more of the type of player that Nick Nurse, the new head coach for the Philadelphia 76ers, would want. James Harden is worried about strip clubs and stuff like that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where James's mind is at sometimes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Bradley Beal is on family and hooping. So, he might be a good fit. And it's 2.5 hours away.
Yeah. And he plays a little bit better defense than Harden.
Yeah, he definitely does. He definitely does. You know what I'm saying? So that could be a good spot for Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
we've heard that Milwaukee might be a spot for Brad. That takes me by surprise, but
Yeah.
you know, could be. I don't know if he goes that far out.
Nah, I don't like that spot for him. I think it could be a good spot, but I don't think that's a spot where he's going to go win a championship.
Playing behind Giannis, but beside Giannis, not behind. Beside Giannis,
I think the other teams are too stacked right now.
yeah. I mean,
against-
they lost in the first round to Miami, the Milwaukee Bucks, and they
Yeah.
are possibly going through some changes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it could be
is
things are going to
Giannis-
be different there.
Is Giannis really that happy there too?
Yeah, I
You know,
mean,
he's been kind of back and forth for the past year and a half.
I mean,
or so.
listen, I'll take Giannis on the Knicks.
And
You
everybody
know,
will take
listen,
Giannis right about now.
If Giannis is on the move, Leon Rose, you better have the phone to your ear. If not, we got some issues, and I'm gonna call you up, and we're gonna talk about it.
What about
know.
Dallas?
Dallas, I don't think so. I do not believe Bradley Beal goes to the other side of the country. I think he wants to stay on the East Coast. I think he would prefer to stay. He can choose where he's going to go. I think he would prefer to stay on the East Coast so he can stay close to his family.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I
That's what I
agree
think.
with that. Yeah.
So I think probably the top three choices, the top two, Miami, Philadelphia, I think.
I mean, it could be a third choice. It could be just stay in Washington.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really care about getting traded.
Right.
It
He
wasn't
doesn't want
him saying, I want to be out of here.
Right. He's not pushing the issue. It's more, I don't think anyone's really pushing the issue. I think it's more they're kind of
Testing waters.
testing the waters,
Yeah.
seeing what's out there, seeing if, there's a good package. Because his preference is to stay in D.C., I believe.
To me, honestly, I think he probably stays at least one more year in Washington. I don't think there's going to be a deal out there right now that he's really going to be in love with.
Right.
That's going to take him away from D.C. and be like, all right, I got to go.
I mean,
Now,
they're in purgatory. The Wizards are in purgatory. They need to restart, rebuild. They got the 8th pick this year in the draft. They need to see if they can get some more picks in this year's draft or next year's draft, whatever it is, and really start to rebuild. I mean, you got Kristaps Porzingis who can't stay on the floor. All right? I mean, the dude, he's just like John Wall, super injury prone. All right? He's going to opt into his contract, $36 million for next season, and then he'll be a free agent after that. Kyle Kuzma's opting out of his contract. His contract was about $13 million a year. He's opting out of that and hopes to make $20 or $25 million per year. Right? I think he said that he would like to stay in D.C. I mean, Kuzma's good. He's not a star. He's not a superstar. Will he get to that point? I don't know. But he's not that right now. He's good, though. Then who else,
It's really
what are they
nobody.
doing? Where are they going? They traded Rui Hachimura for Kendrick Nunn and second-round picks. They traded Rui Hachimura for Kendrick Nunn. Nunn tells you everything you need to know. N-U-N-N, Kendrick Nunn. Nothing. For second-round picks.
Oh, man.
I get it.
Yeah.
I was mad as a Knicks fan. I was like, oh, we could have got Rui for almost nothing. I was mad. So I don't know what they're doing or where they're going. I would restart, rebuild, a fresh plate, and start over new.
Yeah, I agree, too.
Yeah. Get rid of all these guys you got.
So if
Yeah,
that's
I
the
mean-
case, the Wizards better work really, really hard to figure this out.
And figure it out. Right.
If they got to make it a 3 or 4 team trade, they better figure it out
Figure
somewhere
it out.
or
Because
other.
I'd let Brad know, yeah, we're rebuilding. And hopefully Brad would be like, yeah, I'm 30 years old. I'm going to be 30 years old on June 28th. I'm not trying to sit here with a bunch of 19-year-olds.
Right.
and make TikTok videos. I'm trying to hoop for real.